What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of This Week in Business. Cool week again. As promised last week that we were going to talk about Instagram and social media marketing and how the pendulums started to shift there. But before we do, recently just released our podcast with Max and Carl from the Performance Hub. Now, really cool episode with these guys. There's so much similarities in the relationship and the communication style. Carl and Max to Jason and I, it's actually a bit of a trip to watch sometimes how similarly that relationship sort of evolves and how they express their thoughts and feelings around training and rehab and coaching and business and all of that. It's such a similar mindset, and it's really cool to be able to work with like-minded people like that. I actually had to kind of push to end the episode because we had so much content that we wanted to get through. So much value, I think, for PTs, particularly if you're in your first 3 years where you've got clients that have sort of got niggles, freaks you out, you don't know how to help them, you're sending people off to Allied Health, you're not really getting the outcomes, everyone talks about having this relationship with Allied Health, but I know what it's like to hear that and be like, yeah, I know, but fuck, they don't talk to me. So being able to just work around all of those things and create a environment and a relationship with you and the client and with Allied Health to mitigate niggles, deal with injuries, bring people through rehab and prehab and get them doing their best to being in the gym the most consistently. Obviously, we know if we can keep people in the gym longer, we're more than likely going to get outcomes for them. If we're getting outcomes for them, they're going to stay with us. So really important episode. If you're struggling with understanding rehab terms and wanting to have a nice systemized approach to that, really recommend that you jump on and listen to that episode. As we spoke about last week, we've set on our new plan with the STC Fit District. Still working through some stuff with the back end of that, trying to organize potentially a free trial option for people if the software is going to allow us. If it doesn't, that's totally fine. You'll just have to commit straight away, and we'll just have to be really good at communicating the value. And we've also set on what we're going to look into being our top tier product for our clients, which is going to evolve from what it currently is, where we have education and online coaching kind of separate. They're going to merge, and you obviously have access to the community within that. So that's going to become our new top tier product, which is going to call it the Lifters Circle, which is going to be really exciting. So we'll have access to every course we've ever created, every webinar we've ever done. Anything's going to be in there for clients to come in and not just get coached to a really high standard, but actually be involved in workshops and courses, one-off blockbusters where we bring in guests, and it's going to evolve into the Ultimate Outcomes Project, which is going to be the next course that we're building on top of this. So really exciting to see lots of layers coming together with the STC Fit side of the business under the Lifters Circle. So I did mention that we've seen a bit of an upward trend with engagement. This is the first week of the quarter that we've really seen a big jump in followers. It hasn't been the normal trend for over this quarter so far. We've really seen it pump up lately. One of the key factors I think to that is obviously working with other people and them sharing us through the podcast and a few other bits and pieces, and people starting to jump in and follow them. So we had Will on, now we've got the boys on, so that's obviously helping. We had a guest on STC Fit this week, and a couple of weeks ago we had Ali on there as well. So yeah, I think that obviously plays a part of it, but I think what's even more important right now is Instagram has introduced this new feature that allows you to put a link into the stories. Now, we've been talking about this probably for 2, 3, 4 years within STC Fit because we had so many resources, so much content, so much in our ecosystem. We wanted to get out to people. We knew that our people were hanging out on Instagram. We just weren't able to effectively get them where we wanted them to go because almost like our link in bio was too busy. There was too much stuff. So now having access to the link button, we can post a really direct value field still providing value, solving a problem within the story, and then building on that with that external resource, providing a link for them to go somewhere. The next step from that is obviously creating tangible stuff for people. Being an online only business right now, it's like, okay, well, what can we give people? It's like, let's make the programs downloadable. Let's make there a worksheet on the blog. Let's make these things actually be able to be touched and felt. So it makes us real in their eyes, and we're not just another bloody online coach with a boring ass PDF or another online business coach that's just trying to sell me the same bullshit funnel that everybody else is selling. So really exciting. So key takeaways, I think, for the watcher, if you're in the fitness space, if you don't already have assets, jump over and do our 3 steps to niching your business complete that, put together who your client is and what their core problems are, and list the 100 pain points. Your goal then is to identify what are the 3 core ones and make sure that you have some kind of resource that you can provide people that addresses that problem for them. Shows them that you understand what they're thinking about, how they're feeling, what they're going through on a daily basis, and that you have a solution to it. If you can provide a tangible element to it as well, so something that's downloadable, fill-outable, usable in some way, so then they get an experience of working with you and that it's tangible. And just every time you put up a story from now on, it should be going somewhere. Whether it's to another post or whether it's to a podcast you featured in, a blog you've written that's on Medium, a YouTube video, one of these free giveaways that really hits home on one of the pain points. Everything should be going somewhere to you continuing to get people to work around in your web and pay attention to what you're doing, get to know you a little bit more, build a greater relationship with you, build that like and trust and buy-in, and then ultimately create some leads for you with new clients. That's all for me this week. Next week, we're going to talk a little bit more. I know I've kind of veering that way a little bit lately with the NFT and the crypto stuff, but we're doing a podcast with Adam to talk about what it all is, what it all means, unpacking the Iron Dogs project and how it's going to affect the fitness space moving into this metaverse later on. So it's going to be a really cool discussion. So no doubt we'll have some more to discuss about that next week. We've obviously started creating the content for our 1% PT program now as well. So working with all the guys this morning, giving them just an outline, what we call our value compass. So who the person we work with is, what their main problems are, what obstacles they're running into, and then making sure that our content actually solves those, and most importantly, gives some kind of practical application element at the end where people walk away with like, I can apply this to my business, to my clients right now as I walk away from it. So really, really exciting, and we'll have more information on that next week as well. All right, guys, have a great week. Kill it.